For this section of the video, I figured I'd show a little bit of the Solomon's campaign map. And we're going to talk about air specialties, naval specialties, and naval logistics. I decided to add air and naval specialties to give the game a little bit more of an interesting feel. So you could spend your specialty points on more than just land units. For air specialties, we added ace, navigator, cannons, and kamikaze. Ace adds 10% experience to the air unit. Navigator adds a 10% chance for them to spot an enemy. Cannons is an anti-tank bonus during combat, but it really isn't applicable to Pacific Theater. Kamikaze, which only the Japanese can do. A plane can attack a naval unit, lose 50% of its health, but do 2 times the damage, of course, before it takes the hits. Naval specialties, Tactician, which gives plus 10% to surface engagements. Supply, doubles the naval supply effectiveness recovery when you use offshore supply. Torpedo, which gets an extra special round during combat before anyone fires to launch torpedoes at them. And screening, which is added anti-air. I also changed where naval units no longer take logistics as part of the pool, because it is. I made this decision because it's already very difficult to build naval units, and players have to decide between choosing land, air, or naval. So I figured I'll just remove it. It takes such a long time to build naval units. It already occupies shipyards, so there wasn't a need to include them in the land-air logistics pool. This is the Solomon's map. As you can see, I'm looking at it from the Allied side. The 3 invasion forces. Invasion of Guadalcanal, Rabaul, Ley, in Australia, which is just here to be here, but really isn't considered in the victory points of the scenario. So this is just a little sneak peek at this one. There's a major Allied base over here. There's a major Allied base down there, and Suva. These next 2 rules have been retrofitted back to WarPlan Europe, which is pursuit combat and air attacks on convoys. So now, in WarPlan Pacific, air units will automatically attack convoy routes. Naval combat pursuit is unlike before in the original WarPlan, where you need an operation point to engage the enemy. In pursuit combat, you can go your full distance next to an enemy, and they'll try to engage them. It'll conduct a search. The damage that will be done will be half strength, though, from both sides, because you're not there for the longest time in that area to try to engage them. Now, there is a bit of a mix mash over here that interception comes before pursuit. So if the enemy is set in fleet mode to intercept any fleets coming in, you have a chance to get interception combat. But if you do so get an interception combat, you don't get a pursuit combat. So if the enemy is set to engage and you're set to engage, you'll have a full combat at the end of your double operation point move. But if the enemy is trying to avoid you and you're going your full extent of your operation point to engage them, the damage will only be half strength, representing that the defender is still trying to get away. This is on top of trying to find them at the end of the pursuit combat. Another rule that was retrofitted back to WarPlan Europe was the sub-hunter rule. A change that was made to the game was, instead of trying to chase down submarines with ships and submarines running away, I simply made it where you take a destroyer group or a carrier group and you put it in a convoy lane, like right here. And their range of 24 hexes covers that convoy lane as if they're escorting that convoy. What they do is that they add percentage points to the escort's ability to hunt down a sub. They do not escort themselves. So you do need escorts in the lane to escort the convoy for the sub-hunter to assist the escorts in destroying the sub. This removes the micromanagement of chasing down subfleets and subfleets having to change so often and run around the map so they don't get caught. It's been a better system that people have embraced and enjoyed it. So I retrofitted back to Europe, but it is used over here in the Pacific.